Here today. Tim Quinn is a reporter with Between the Benches. We're talking Erie Otters. Today is the start of the best of 7 series with Saginaw, and they are there. The first couple games are not here.
Yes. So Saginaw is the higher seed. They're the number 4 seed. We're the number 5. So Erie is in Saginaw. It's an all-American rivalry going on to just a couple of OHL teams in the U.S. So it's pretty cool. You get to go up to Michigan, face Saginaw. It's a third time they've faced off in playoffs, and good news for our Otters fans watching. We're pretty good against them in the postseason, in the playoffs. They're 8-1 all time against Saginaw, but it is a very good spirit team this year. Michael Misa is an incredible forward for them, scores a lot of goals. It's a very offensive-driven team in Saginaw, so I'm excited. It'll be a really good series.
And the Otters' record on the road has been pretty strong this year.
Oh yeah, they're a good team. They're a resilient team. You know, it's been an up and down year and a whole lot of different stories that come from it, and dealing with a lot of stuff internally as well. But they're a very resilient group, and I think they like playing the villain a little bit. They like going on the road and having that chip on their shoulder. It kind of gets them a little bit more excited because they can go and be booed everywhere else, but when they come back into Erie, they have the best fans in the OHL that pack the house every single night.
How important is it to set the tone and maybe come away with that win on the road to start this series?
Yeah, it's huge, right? Because you have 2 games on the road, and in any postseason environment, you always want to go into a road series and at least take one because you're expecting to win those home games because home crowd advantage and home ice advantage is so huge, and especially when you get into the postseason. It just means a little bit more. So going on the road, especially to start the series, and picking up a win, whether it be tonight or on Saturday, I think would be huge for the team.
Yeah, so 2 road games, and then they come back to Erie Insurance Arena for games 3 and 4.
That's right.
What days do those fall?
That'll be on Tuesday and Thursday of next week. Postseason presented by Rabbich Investments for the Otters, and Game 3 will be so much fun. For me, it's my first time working in Erie Otters postseason. And so the energy will just be crazy in that building, expecting a true sellout, and the first 2,500 fans will receive a whack paper giveaway, which is always nice. People love the in-person giveaways and collectible things like that. And so, 2,500 sounds like a lot, but if you're not in the building within the first 30 minutes of the doors opening, you might not get it. So it's a very hot ticket coming next week.
The Otters have a pretty good track record when it comes to postseason play.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what we can probably expect from them this year.
Yeah, well, hopefully an offensive group. In the month of March, they've scored nearly 5 goals a game and had a really nice showing, scoring 6 in a victory against London in the final game of the regular season. And it's expected to be an offensive battle. As we mentioned, Saginaw, a very offensive team. Anytime these 2 teams have met the regular season, there hasn't been less than 8 goals in the game. So it's going to be very entertaining. The OHL has notoriously been these 6-4, 6-5 high-scoring games, and especially once you get into the playoffs and these next-level prospects, these NHL superstars in the future, get a chance to shine. So hoping for a lot of offense and hoping for some Otters victories.
Yeah,
there.
Speaking of the superstars, who are folks watching in this 7-game series?
Yeah, well, for Saginaw, no doubt, I mentioned him already, Michael Misa. He's going to be a top 5 NHL draft pick, potentially number 1 or 2. But for Erie, you have the number 1. It's Matthew Schaefer. Unfortunately, he's been on the shelf this season, and Erie's dealt with a couple of other injuries like Kerry Terrance, but getting some reinforcements going into the postseason. One of my personal favorite players to watch between the benches is Alex Messier. He brings just a great energy to the team as sort of an enforcer role. But in terms of the skill sets, I mean, take your pick from Sam Alfano to Pano Femus to Malcolm Spence on the cheat code line. We've got a really good defensive front as well. And Noah Erliden, Charlie Burns is our goaltenders. So it's really a who's who of superstars going out on the ice. Excited for games 1 tonight, game 2 on Saturday, and then of course for the boys to return home next week.
Okay, looking forward, what do you think is going to happen? What's your prediction?
Well, I'd love to say Otters in 4 would be great. Get the win on home ice, of course. But Saginaw, as we mentioned, it's a very good team. In the playoffs, you never know what's going to happen, right? It's always entertaining to see them fight, to see them go through it. So it's going to be a tough couple of games, of course. But we're just hoping for the Otters to pull ahead.
And tell our folks again when they can see the Otters here at home.
Yep, that'll be on Tuesday and Thursday of next week, 7:05 start times. which is very exciting. The best of 7 series all the way through the OHL playoffs for the Otters, as we mentioned, presented by Rebich Investments. So it's going to be a packed house inside Erie Insurance Arena Tuesday, Thursday.
Do you have to get your tickets ahead of time? Will there be any available at the door? I mean, if they're coming in with 2 wins already, it might be tough to get tickets at this point, right?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people since I've started working with the Erie Otters have asked me, hey, can you get me tickets?
Yeah.
It's the day of a game. It's going to be pretty difficult. So
Think ahead about it.
I would suggest looking now. Potentially, they went on sale a while ago. I would imagine seats are going to be limited. So if you're hoping to go to a playoff game and hoping to go to a good one, certainly start looking now.
Well, go Otters. Tim, it's a pleasure to have you on the Blue Couches today.
Thank you so much for having me.